Welcome back and thanks for joining us. If you're new to our channel, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you'll be notified of each new video. In the last video, we biked to Parc Jean-Drapeau in honor of its reopening. On our way, we check out Montreal's river surfers. There's so much to see and do in this area. We settle for a ride along the Gilles Villeneuve track and visit the Montreal Casino and nearby biosphere. In this video, we take another bike trip, but this time to Mont-Royal Park. It's Montreal's most beautiful park, and we show you the top 5 must-see sites along our route.
In today's video, we're gonna go check out Mont-Royal Park. It's a huge big park. I'm actually on my e-board and I hope I can make it all the way on top.
Hey guys, this is Dory, and I'm Mena. We travel with our lovely dog Fiona to help you discover the most beautiful spots and to share with you what it's like to live as a nomad. So subscribe and welcome to our channel. After a pretty steep and grueling climb up to the monument that I'm sitting in front of. So this monument is the monument to Sir George Etienne Cartier. Sir George Etienne Cartier was considered one of the forefathers of Confederation of Canada, and he was the co-premier of Canada with John Alexander Macdonald from 1858 to 1862. He was also the Conservative Party leader for 25 years, and he made substantial contributions to the country, to Confederation, to the education system in Canada, and he's well remembered in this monument. So this monument kind of symbolizes the entry to Mont-Royal Park on Park Avenue. It's only one of the many entrances to the park. If you know a little bit about Mont-Royal Park, it was designed by the same designer that designed Central Park in New York City. It's set on a mountain, on Mount Royal. So Montrealers love this park. There's so much to do here. Every Sunday, right here at the base of this monument, there's a drumming circle. So all day long, in the summertime, you can bring your drum or musical instrument and you can join in. So there will be 1 or 2 rhythm leaders that will set the rhythm and set the drumming, and everyone will kind of follow along. So it's a fun kind of hippie get together. People are dancing, people are selling bracelets. It's very loving. As you can see, it's a place where people give hugs, and because of the pandemic, it's virtual hugs. So these 2 people are greeting everyone, sending love their way. And that's kind of the vibe when you get here to the base of the mountain and enjoy the tam-tams. It's very peaceful, loving, hippie-esque get-together with, of course, some amazing drumming. Now, normally, the drumming is so loud that it's deafening. But today, because of the pandemic, people come out in smaller numbers for good reason. But when things go back to normal, this whole area will just kind of vibrate with this rhythm because it's so loud and there are so many people taking part in this festival. I guess you could call it. It's a festival, but it's every Sunday. Anyway, it's a quintessential part of Montreal culture, and no visit to Montreal is the same without experiencing it for yourself. So if you're here, it's a sunny day, and you get a chance to experience this, I definitely recommend coming to the drumming circle on Sundays. But in terms of the actual statue, the lions here at the base symbolize protection and power of the British Empire. That there is Sir George Etienne Cartier. The winged figure at the top is the goddess of liberty, and this statue was inaugurated on September 6, 1919. Below Sir George Etienne Cartier, there are 4 figures, each one representing a province that signed the Canadian Confederation of 1867. On the north side of the monument, a woman with a young girl to her right and a young boy to her left is shown holding a sword in her left hand. The boy hands out his bonded wrists in a begging manner as the girl reads a book, and this scene represents legislation. In a similar scene to the north, a woman sits in the middle of a young boy who's holding a ball and a young girl who's reading a book, and that represents Cartier's important contributions to education. And of course, back there, what you can see in this distance is the itty bitty drumming circle. So normally it's about 10 times that big, but you know, this is pandemic style, so everybody's being safe, being careful. And that down there is the Plateau. Very trendy neighborhood. Adjacent to that is Mile End, which is Montreal's version of Williamsburg, New York. It's considered one of the most hipster neighborhoods in the world. All right. There you have it, guys. Not all there is here at the park. It really marks the entrance, marks you are here, you are at the drumming circle, you are at the tam-tams, you are at the entrance of Mont-Royal. This is a place where you can come to bike, to hike, to run, to skateboard, and yeah, it's a spacious park, so especially during these times, these pandemic times, people can come, enjoy, space out, take part in the drumming circle, and as you saw, it's only a fraction of what it usually is right now, so a lot of people are staying away. So if you did want to come, you could rest assured that you would have some space right now. Of course, when the pandemic is over, it's just crowded here, and it's lovely to see so many people getting together, you know, getting into the same vibe of peace and love and drumming and dancing, and you know, it's fun. It's a great place to be. So we're going to keep moving. We're going to get to the top of the mountain. So right now we're at the base of the mountain. We're going to make our way to the top, and show you some other beautiful views in this area.
Tired?
Much needed break.
I'm not tired.
I wonder why.
Do you want to switch?
This is not electric motor powered. This is me powered.
No switchy?
No, this is my exercise for today. Hey guys, we just got to Beaver Lake, which is almost at the summit of Mont-Royal Park. Beaver Lake was fitted in 1938 on a former swamp site. It actually took its name from a beaver dam that was found nearby. It was designed by Frederick Todd, who at the time had designed some of Canada's and Montreal's most impressive natural parks. Today, people come to slide in the wintertime, to skate in the wintertime, to bike and paddle boat around on the lake and just enjoy the beautiful scenery. So this is definitely one of the top 5 places you have to visit if you're coming to Mont-Royal. There are even ducks down there, but you're cautioned not to feed them. And you can have a nice picnic, complete with a bottle of wine, because it is permitted here in Montreal to have a picnic with wine. So this marks kind of the halfway point. We're still going to be climbing higher to get to the cross. And then from the cross, we're going to get to the lookout point, which is on, actually there are 2 lookout points. There's a lookout point that's accessible by car, mostly by car, and there's another lookout point where you see the other side of the city, and it's accessible on foot. So we're gonna make our way to the cross and the 2 lookout points, and that's gonna round out the 5 must-see places here at Mont-Royal. Hey guys! So we just got to Mont-Royal Chalet, and this is one of the 2 most epic views of all of Montreal. The other one is more accessible by car, and this one is more accessible on foot or by bicycle. So this one gives you one side of Montreal, so this is more like the downtown core of Montreal. We're gonna get closer so you can see a little bit better the beautiful view here, but as you can see, lots of open space over here, so if you want to visit it during the pandemic, it's no problem. You can really spread out here, and usually in the summertime there's a little snack bar in there where you could kind of enjoy, get some refreshments. And these guys are having fun. So this chalet was actually built in 1931. It was commissioned by the mayor of Montreal at the time, and he was trying to help offset some of the impacts of the Great Depression. And this lookout here is called the Clondiaronk Lookout. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I should know this since this is my hometown, but it's a hard one to pronounce. Anyway, it's a lovely day for a view. Oh, and he made it. It's been years since I've been here. It's just breathtaking. I mean, this view never really does get old. So, if you look off the mountains, this is the downtown core. That's the business center of Montreal. Jacques Cartier Bridge is there. That's the Victoria Bridge right there. And doesn't look like the Champlain Bridge, but it's gotta be. Yeah, that's gotta be the Champlain Bridge. So here it is. Yeah, so I didn't really recognize it from here, but you could tell that is the Champlain Bridge. That's the new Champlain, and beside it is the old Champlain Bridge, which is going to be demolished soon. But it's very pretty up here, let me tell you.
Okay. Oh, that was fun too, like walking there with all the not the pubs,
I love the
patios. Yeah.
I actually would live to see.
Like festivities and all
You know
that.
what they have that I want to check out? They have an outdoor dance bar area.
So, our iconic Mount Royal cross. It's visible at night. You can see it from McGill Street downtown, and it's just an iconic piece of Montreal, Canadiana. Can you see that? Anyway, iconic view of Montreal is this cross at night, lit up. You can see it from a lot of spots in the city, and here we are close up. We're right at the base. So this is one of the 5 must-see spots in Mount Royal. The cross is on the northeastern peak of Mount Royal, and it overlooks the eastern part of Montreal. It's 103 feet high and 36 feet wide. In 1643, Paul Chamedy de Maisonneuve actually erected this cross, and it was done as a vow to the Virgin Mary in hopes to end a disastrous flood in the area. Now that was the original cross that was here. This cross replaced it in 1924. It was donated to the city by the Société de Saint-Jean-Baptiste in 1929. So since then, the city has assumed all responsibility for maintenance of the cross, and of course it's visible at night. Originally, when the cross was lit up, it was only lit up in white. But now that the lights are LED, they can be in any color. And on Saint-Jean-Baptiste Day, which is a national holiday here in Quebec, it lights up in blue. When a pope is re-elected, it's purple. Little known fact is that a time capsule was buried here in 1992 at the 350th anniversary of the city. Now, lots of the children that contributed to this time capsule drew pictures depicting the city in 2142, which is when the time capsule is scheduled to be reopened. Definitely one of the top 5 places you must see here in Mount Royal. Now we're off to the final place, which is another viewpoint, which is mainly accessible by car, but we can still get there on foot or by bike.
Sometimes it's nice to have long legs.
And now we're finishing up at the Mount Royal Lookout. So this is generally where people come by car, they park, and they'll bring a meal and have a snack here, or they'll just visit to check out the great view. Now here we see southeast of Montreal, so we see the Olympic Stadium, Jacques Cartier Bridge, and you don't see much of the Monterey mountains, but you do see a little bit of La Ronde and Parc Jean Drapeau. So this is the last stop on our best 5 of Mount Royal, and it's definitely a must-do. Today it's really empty because the parking is blocked, so nobody's allowed to come here by car because of the pandemic. So we've never actually been here when it's been this empty, which is kind of cool. We get to enjoy more space, spread out a little bit, instead of being all squished in. But regardless of whether it's busy or not, it's definitely a must-do when you come here to Mont-Royal. So we're going to make our way down by going down Voie Camille Hood. Now, it's kind of a steep, windy street, and it's not ideal for bicycles or skateboards because it's a little bit narrow, but we're going to make our way down that way anyway because it's the quickest. And then we're going to end up in the Plateau-Mont-Royal. This is a very trendy neighborhood, as I mentioned before, and you kind of want to stop in that area after this long biking tour, this long itinerary, because you're probably starving and very thirsty. And in the Plateau, there are tons of little restaurants around Mount Royal and St. Denis Street. A couple of the places that you might want to check out also on St. Lawrence, there is Schwartz's if you like smoked meat. If you want to check out some Portuguese roast chicken, then it's La Poule Mouillée, which is famous for its rotisserie piri-piri chicken. But that's just a couple to name a few. Now we're not going to stop there because we're on a plant-based diet, so we're probably just going to head home and eat. But there are some vegan restaurants along Mount Royal Street anyway, if you did want to check that out too. So we're going to start making our way down because I'm hungry.